Inbox 0. To be honest, it's not something that I really strive to achieve every day. I know people that on a daily basis want to have inbox 0. I mean, reply to all the mails and make sure that their inbox is completely empty. It is not something that I'm so worried about, but I wanted to create this AI email assistant to help me with cleaning up my inbox, and perhaps if this is working well, I'm also going to use the same mechanism for Facebook and LinkedIn, because in Facebook and LinkedIn my inboxes are full of messages because I'm automating a lot of DMs, and I'm also getting a lot of pitches from other people, other service providers. So the idea of having an AI assistant organizing and summarizing incoming messages from the external world, to me, sounds great and very lucrative. And it actually was proposed by one of the viewers of the channel, so I appreciate the feedback and the idea. And what I wanted to share with you today is actually this flow that I've built with RPA. Obviously, you can also probably build this flow with Zapier or Python or any other tool, but my tool of choice is usually Microsoft Power Automate, which is an RPA tool. RPA stands for Robotic Process Automation. It's a very powerful tool that I love using, and I will share with you what I did today. And afterwards, in the end, after we cover the whole building process, I will share with you the results. First of all, let me show you how I built this. So I apologize that I cannot make this text bigger. But basically, if you guys are not familiar with Power Automate Desktop, this is how it looks like. It's pretty similar to Zapier or any other no-code tool. What I'm doing here is I'm launching Outlook, which is where I'm collecting the emails. Then I'm fetching all the emails, and I'm going to loop through all the emails. I'm going to send each email to GPT 3.5, and I'm going to ask GPT 3.5 to analyze the email and return to me the gist of the email, and also dictate if it's urgent, if it's important, if it's spam, etc. Let me show you the exact prompt. So the exact prompt is as following. The system message that I'm sending to GPT 3.5 is, "You are a helpful assistant. You read my emails and summarize them for me. If anything seems urgent, make sure to mention it in the response in a clear way. All responses should be structured in an easy to digest manner." Basically, what I want this GPT to do is every email that it receives to summarize it and then tell me if it's important or urgent or not. And at the end of the day, I want to get a summary of all the emails that I've received in that similar day. And basically, based on this summarization, I can decide what I want to do next. If I want to answer the people, or if all emails were irrelevant or not urgent or not important, I can just mark all of them as read and move on. So this is the prompt. And basically, I'm taking a list. Every email that is analyzed and summarized by GPT, the summary is added to the list. And at the end of the flow, after looping over all the emails, I'm going to automatically send myself to a different inbox, my Gmail inbox, the summary of all emails. Okay, so this is the flow in a high level. If you guys are interested in like more detailed, if you want me to go over like the code that I've built, let me know. I will make it a point next time to share like all the small steps. But I'm not sure if it's boring or interesting, so let me know, leave feedback in the comment section below. One thing that I did want to share with you is the fact that I had many issues with sending the content of the emails in the JSON request, in the API request to OpenAI, because it has to be like formatted correctly in the JSON format. So I use the JSON linter, which is this website. And what you can do here, you can just paste your JSON, and it validates the JSON, and it tells you if you have any mistakes or not. So the thing with email is that some of them contain tabs or new lines or emojis or stuff like this that you cannot send in a JSON file. And this caused a lot of trouble for me because I didn't know what was the issue. And what I did, I already did this in a different workflow. I created a JSON sanitizer. And basically this JSON sanitizer is a Python script that it takes the content of the email. In this case, it's called string.txt. This is a text file that contains the content of the email. And basically it sanitizes the text. So it's going to replace anything that cannot be sent in a JSON file. So for example, if I have a tab, it's going to replace it with a space bar. If I have a new line, it's going to escape the new line. If it has carriage returns, it's going to remove them. So basically all of this stuff that you see here, they will break the JSON. You cannot send them in JSON. So what I'm doing, I'm taking the original email, I'm running this Python script on the email, and I'm returning a clean string to the same folder. I mean, not the same folder, actually the same directory. It's all going to be in F on my local computer. And this file is called clean string, and I'm sending the clean string part of the prompt, part of the API call to OpenAI. And this is very important, guys. If you're trying to send the API request, sorry about this. If you're trying to send API requests to OpenAI and you're encountering errors, so it's probably because, it might be because that your JSON isn't structured correctly. And I highly recommend that you create for yourself this sanitizer in which you can make it a point that every API call that you're going to do to OpenAI, you run the prompt via the sanitizer before, because you want to make sure that you're not encountering any errors. Now, what you will probably do, and what is like, I think is a common mistake, is when you send the prompt or the API call hard-coded with the correct line that you wanted to test, so everything will work fine, obviously. So imagine, I need to clear my throat. Imagine that I just sent one email as a test, and it was just fine because it was just one line. But afterwards, I created this loop, and I looped via all the emails, and then I started encountering errors because some emails have the tabs, some emails have new lines, some emails have different encoding that is not supported by JSON. And this is why having this sanitizer is so important. By the way, if you're interested in the sanitizer, just send me a message via LinkedIn and I will send you this file. Okay, moving forward. So we covered the sanitizer and the importance of the sanitizer. Let me just show you exactly how I'm using the sanitizer. So as mentioned, I'm looping over all emails, and over here, I'm taking the body of the email, I'm putting it into this file, which is called string text, and then I'm running the sanitizer. Via Microsoft Power Automate, you can run Python scripts. So I'm running the sanitizer, and as you know, it is returning the clean string, this file. And what I'm doing, I'm sending this file, which is called, the variable is called file contents. I'm sending it in the prompt. Now let me show you the prompt. So model GPT 3.5, the message, just a sec, this is the prompt. I will remove the OpenAI API key afterwards. So the prompt is, you are a helpful assistant. You read my emails and summarize them for me. If anything seems urgent, make sure to mention it in the response in a clear way. All responses should be structured in an easy to digest manner. And the content of the prompt is based on the content of this email, which is going to be taken from the file contents from current item form, which basically means I'm pulling the sender address, who wrote the email to me, with the subject line, current item subject. Basically, this is pulling the subject line. Can you summarize the email and let me know if it's spam, important, or urgent? So basically, I'm asking it to summarize the email and categorize it if it's important, spam, or urgent. Now, let me show you the emails that I've created as a test. So these are four emails. The first email is, hey Aaron, hope you're doing well. This is urgent. Can you please send me the wallet private key? So this is the first email. The second email is an offer you can't resist. This is an offer pitching automation services. The third email is a stoic poem that ChatGPT wrote. And the final email is an itinerary for a trip in Greece. So basically what I'm expecting is the RPA code to loop over all of these four emails, send each one of them to GPT 3.5 to summarize it, and then take all of the summaries, concatenate them, and send back to me a summary of all emails that I've received. So I can, instead of reading all of them, I can just see the summary. Now let me see if I didn't cover everything that I wanted to cover. Yes, so RPA Flow, Sanitizer, okay, covered everything. Now let's run this test and let's see if it's working. So let's get started. As you can see here, why I like using Power Automate is also because it's very easy to debug. You can see all the variables and the content of the variables over here. So this is just for debugging. So basically you can see over here what is going to be the prompt. So this is the first iteration, and the first iteration is the email with the itinerary for the trip in Greece. Now we sent the API call to OpenAI. Just added a small weight, and now you can see over here, this was the first iteration. And we have the daily summaries. It's starting to accumulate. So this is the summary of the first email. Daily email summary, email 1. This email outlines a 7-day itinerary proposal for a trip to Greece. It includes activities and sites. The email does not appear to be urgent or spam. It is a detailed itinerary for a proposal for a trip in Greece. Awesome. Moving forward to the next. And this is the second prompt, and this is the second email, which contains the stoic poem, I guess this is how you pronounce it. This is running. Now let's see. The daily summary. Making this larger so we can see already email number 2. And it's saying, this is a thoughtful and reflective stoic poem on finding peace within oneself amidst life challenges. Blah, blah, blah. Importance, the email is not urgent, but carries a message of introspection and self-reflection that can be valuable for personal growth and mindset. Verdict, not spam, important for personal reflection and philosophical contemplation. Thank you for that. This is the third prompt. You get the idea, so I'm going to skip this. I can also remove the wait. I just wanted to have it during the video in case in case that I want to explain anything. I will also remove the breakpoints. This is the last message. And after all 4 of these messages, I'm expecting to fulfill this action, which is basically taking the content of all the emails, all the summaries, and sending them as an email to me, to my main email. Now, let's see. Okay. So let's see what we have here. Okay, daily email summary. So we have the first email and we have the verdict. The email does not appear to be urgent or spam. It is a detailed itinerary proposal for a trip to Greece. Email number 2. And you can see I also structured it in a way that would be easy for me to digest. So I added this counting of emails and I also added these line breaks. Let's see, email number 3, the summary. This is an email. The email introduced an automation solution service tailored for e-commerce store owners and agency owners. Blah, blah, blah. Importance level, important. Action needed. Consider scheduling a free consultation to explore the automation solutions if interested in enhancing e-commerce operation. And the 4th and last email. The sender is Yaron Bin, the subject is hey, the content is a request for private key, and the urgency is urgent. It analyzes that it is urgent because it was mentioned in the email that it was urgent, and action required, response needed to address the urgent request for the wallet private key. And obviously this is a joke if you guys are familiar with the crypto space. When someone requests from you the private key, you know you should run. But basically, this is the gist. This is the summary of all the 4 emails that I received. And I feel that this could be very valuable because I receive, as you can see, I have like 31 emails in my inbox. This is my private inbox. I have many other inboxes, but I can obviously forward all the emails to the Outlook email and have everything summarized on a daily basis. And I believe this could be very helpful. Obviously, I do need to improve the prompt, slightly improve the prompt, so I will have a structured response. Probably if I'd use GPT-4 instead of 3.5, I would have better results. And I also want to understand what are the next steps that I want to implement using this agent, or I wouldn't say agent, but just an automation, because obviously we can use also Microsoft Power Automate in order to take more steps. So for example, if the email is urgent, I can make sure that I have a condition here that responds automatically to the recipient and tells him, hey, I noticed your email, I understand that this is urgent, we are going to answer you within a few minutes, something like this. So we can also take further steps based on the content of the emails, and this is where it can be very valuable. Although I believe that for me, even just the summary of all emails, marking everything as read on a daily basis and just summarizing everything and letting me know if anything was really interesting, obviously based on criteria that I can set in the prompt, I think this can be very valuable. I guess that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, obviously, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any feedback regarding the video, how I can improve, or if you like the video, what specifically did you like, obviously leave it in the comment section, because I try to improve on a daily basis based on your feedback. If you have suggestions how we can improve this flow, or for a different business use case, please feel free to share it in the comment section. As always, I invite all of you to contact me via LinkedIn. Let's connect. Let's see how we can collaborate with each other, and let's keep on automating? No, it doesn't sound right, because I like to do like a pause and then saying the slogan. Anyway, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, keep on automating.